Hello and welcome to another whiskey review with me, the Whiskey Novice. Thank you for joining me once again. It is part 2 of my series, A Baker's Dozen, looking at 13 12-year-old Scottish single malts, and it is the turn of Deanston. Happy days. We do like a bit of Deanston. Deanston there in Doon, Perthshire, round about the centre of Scotland, roughly. And this is, or was, is Ralfy's whiskey for the year 2020. We do know Ralfy. He's that silly crabbit owl bugger that, in the hat and glasses, that talks about whiskey. And if he says this is his whiskey for the year, you can guarantee that it's pretty good already, can't you? It is owned by Distell, the Deanston distillery. It's an old mill, and what else? It's matured for 12 years in ex-bourbon casks. I'm sure there's loads more I could tell you, but really, let's just get the basics out of the way. Cheers. There's something I want to tell you about this before I go too deep into it. This isn't peated, alright? So, I find with some peated whiskies, when the glass is about here, the peat's coming to get you. You know, the peat, those peat aromas, smoky notes are coming to get you. This, to say, isn't peated, but this whiskey jumps out of the glass. You get close to this whiskey and it's jumping out of the glass. Now, not in a bad way by any means, in a good way, because those aromas come from there and they're sparkling, almost fizzing. Let's say, just jumping out of the glass to come and greet you and draw you in. And I love it. It's a sweet, bursting with flavour, honey. There is malty notes, grainy notes. Well, it is malty notes, but it's something cereal. Barley, sugar, a nice sweetness there. I said 12 years in bourbon casks, ex-bourbon casks. So there is vanilla here as well. So they're obviously using good quality casks, because there has been a moulding and a shaping here from the cask. You can feel the influence on it. I said about the cereal note, there's even digestive biscuit then starts to come through. There is some citrus. Now, yet again, getting back to it, sorry, jumped forward a little here because I was mad keen to get into this. It's bottled at 46.3%. I didn't mention that. When I said it jumps out of the glass, that's got nothing to do with the alcohol in it. This does not fight you on the nose at all. 46.3%, yes, right in the sweet spot, right in the ballpark there. But it just invites you in. Is it chill filtered? No. Is there colour added? No, it doesn't say so in the bottle that there's no colour added, but their website does, so there's no colour added. So it's a good natural product. They rebranded in the last couple of years, I think it was, and they have grown a rather large fan base since. Now, it's not just the rebranding, the whiskey changed as well. I can't comment on that, but I've just heard it from enough other whiskey voices to say that Deanston has improved. Yeah, this is just sweetness and light and honey and vanilla into the palate. Yeah, that honey carries on. It comes through from the nose into the palate. It's ever so slightly dry, but in no bad way. It's just slightly dry around the back of the palate. Quite a sweet delivery. More barley sugar. more vanilla, syrup, sugary, orange, yeah, golden syrup. It's also quite thick. There's a lovely mouthfeel with it. It coats, it's oily, but not in a bad way. There's a real richness at the back of the palate too. Lovely. That finish is medium to long, very, very pleasant. There's some clove, oak spice, and it just lingers and is pleasant. There's a reason why Ralfy made this as whiskey for the year. There's a reason why those whiskey heads rant about this stuff. This is a very, very well achieved liquid, well made. I'm not going to add water to this because I did when I was doing my tasting notes for it. Not a lot changed in the nose. The palate became softer, it became sweeter, it became slightly more malty, but it just didn't improve enough with the addition of water. And as you can see, I don't have an awful lot left here, so I am going to thin this down again, knowing that the addition of water hasn't improved it for me. What I'm going to do, and I do like to compare whiskies, as you know, in these reviews, and I have one here, and I've no idea, it's not going to compare. All right, here's what it is: Glenfiddich 12, and this isn't the last time you'll probably see Glenfiddich 12 in this series being used even as a comparison whiskey. I did actually, as I've told you before I do these comparisons, I don't actually compare them here. So I haven't actually compared Glenfiddich 12 with Deanston 12 yet. What I did do was dip into my collection and try to find something that compared with Deanston, because I had picked a few out in my head thinking, yep, that's the one. And then I just thought, hold on, this is a big whiskey. This is something that is bold. It's got character. If I don't get this right, because the one that I had picked out to go against it just didn't feel like it at all. So then I tried something else, and it didn't feel like it either. And that went on for about 4 whiskies. And I don't believe for 1 second that this is going to feel like it either. But if you haven't tried Deanston, you may have tried Glenfiddich 12. So I'm sort of clutching at straws a little here and saying, extend your imagination and we will know roughly, maybe, I would say most of you know what Glenfiddich 12 tastes like. So I might be able to here give you a rough idea how they differ, at least. I mean, they're not in the same area, are they? But in fairness, there's a light fruitiness, honey in the Glenfiddich, which does draw you in. I've had this poured a while, so it's not, okay, 40% light, gentle. And yes, there is a honey sweetness in here which draws you in. So slightly more earthy. But if you imagine Glenfiddich, honey, sweet, there are more herbal notes in here than this. It's a while from I've had this. take this, ramp up the volume and the body, the grip, yeah, when you go back to this now, even on the nose, there's more to pull you in here. There's more to draw you in. It's lemony, it's even sherbety in that sparkle. This is still a class whiskey, Glenfiddich 12, in my opinion. And the reason why I've put it in here as a comparison to this is you'll probably pick it up around half the price. Now, okay, you'll get this for around the £40 mark in the UK, but if you look for at the right time, you'll get Glenfiddich for an awful lot cheaper. But that Deanston, oh yeah. Yes, a very good whiskey. One that I'm not reviewing right now. But Glenfiddich 12, always a good one to have. I wouldn't deny that for 1 second. But if you can get your hands on Deanston 12, you will not be disappointed. I could almost guarantee that. Full, rich, sweet, honey, heathery. Yeah, quality whiskey, quality whiskey. So I'll leave it at that. Can't really be more glowing about it, can I? And say thank you for joining me once again. It's been a pleasure to be here. As I say, this was part 2, and Deanston 12-year-old. I will be back next time with another 12-year-old. Until then, here's to your good health. Cheers. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Please click and subscribe to be notified of further content.